ही करते.
So big day, big finale, IPL 2026 final, Gujarat Titans versus Royal Challengers Bengaluru in Ahmedabad. A lot of points to talk about. Two of the best teams in the league stage. Gujarat Titans had to take a longer route to the final, but nonetheless, these two teams have shown us in the league stage what they are capable of. RCB, GT both finished with the same number of points in the league stage, just separated by one point. In qualifier one, RCB defeated Gujarat Titans comprehensively, moved to the final. GT had to take the longer route. They defeated Rajasthan Royals in the qualifier two and will now take on RCB and will try to stop RCB in defending their IPL title. GT are looking for both the teams. In fact, RCB and GT are looking for their second IPL trophy. And it will be a pretty interesting game. It's the home stadium of Gujarat Titans, but wherever RCB plays, the stadium turns into their home stadium. So it will be a night of fire, full of fireworks, night full of good cricket, and hopefully the best team will be crowned champions at the end of the night. Shamikda is there in Ahmedabad, so I'll straight away go to Shamikda. Bharat and Vaibhav joins us from Bengaluru. They will keep an eye on what's the mood in Bengaluru. Chinnaswamy Stadium was supposed to host the final of IPL 2026 after RCB won the trophy last year, but the tournament was shifted. The tournament finale was shifted to Ahmedabad. Of course, because the BCCI and the governing council did not want to take any unnecessary risk around the Chinnaswamy Stadium. But nonetheless, all the Bengalurians, the local RCB fans, will be ready to celebrate in case RCB defend this title. But Shamik, how's the environment? How's the mood outside the stadium? What's going on? There was an important ICC meeting as well. What's the update from Ahmedabad?
Shubham, you nailed it when you said wherever RCB play, it becomes their home game. I was entering the stadium around 4 o'clock, and I have sent a few video clips also, and it was completely RCB. You would be forget that it is basically Gujarat Titans home game. RCB fans were comfortably outnumbering their GT counterparts. The buzz was obviously a Salah Cup Namde. Uh, um, there was a few muted response like Cup Award. That is what is in Gujarati. But overall, you can see from the visuals also. It is about RCB. I bumped into a young girl in my hotel, and he came from
Mhm.
Bombay, and she came from Bombay, and she also said, I'm here because of Virat Kohli. Now the fact of the matter is that Indian cricket this season has seen the arrival of a supernova for a young boy from Bihar. But at the end of the day, Kohli remains the biggest crowd puller. By a distance, Virat Kohli remains the biggest crowd puller. And the atmosphere, I can tell you this last night, it was unusual. It rained a bit around 12 midnight. Around 12 midnight, it rained a bit. But once again today, and there is forecast of thunder showers tomorrow. But today, once again, dry around 43 degrees, and it's almost unbearable. You struggle to stay outside for even for 5 to 6 minutes, and braving that heat. The turnout I saw around 4 o'clock in front of the stadium, there were a few hundreds people already. So the expectation is that a turnout of 110,000, and that is it. Some ICC delegates will be there because the ICC meeting is going on at ITC Narmada. Yesterday was the development committee meeting and CEC meeting. Today is the board meeting. And you asked me about the ICC meeting. One is that two things they have been discussing. One is that the pathway, qualification pathway to the T20 World Cup. Earlier, it used to be global qualifiers. They changed it to regional qualifiers. They are mulling and going back to global qualifiers, and there will be discussion as regards incorporating Ireland, Bangladesh, and Zimbabwe into the WTC cycle. We don't know whether what the decision would be eventually, because the two-tier format is sort of out of the window. and
Mhm.
cricket wants to expand. So this is one of the items on the agenda. But finally, we'll have to see how it turns out and what transpires. But these are the two main things as regards that. And we have already reported that Tamim Iqbal, obviously,
Yes.
Mohsen Naqvi was never going to come, and nobody from Pakistan is present, not even their CEO. Nobody from Pakistan is present. Bangladesh Cricket Board is represented by Nizamuddin Chaudhry, their CEO. But as we have reported, Tamim Iqbal, I think it was a big opportunity for Tamim Iqbal to mend fences with the BCCI. But the BCB elections are due on June 7th. Maybe that, and that is the reason what I am told by someone from the BCB. That is, or it could be he is just the interim president and he wants to assume the charge full time, and after that he will start. He will start. The negotiations because Bangladesh needs India.
Absolutely. Not only Bangladesh, I think the entire cricketing ecosystem needs India, and that is why repeatedly you will see Pakistan creating drama before a tournament, before an ICC or ACC tournament, but ultimately they surrender and play against India because they also need that money which comes from this India-Pakistan game and whatnot. So India is remains the strongest hold in the cricketing ecosystem, but of course the likes of Zimbabwe, Ireland, and Afghanistan will be keeping a close eye on the meeting and the development regarding the WTC and the next WTC cycle. I'll go to the local boy Bharat. What's the buzz in Bengaluru? What's your local friend saying? Are everyone confident regarding RCB, or is there any early nerves settling in?
Yeah, maybe there are nerves. Whatever I've heard, maybe because it's played at the Narendra Modi Stadium, and Gujarat
Mhm.
Titans generally do well there. So there are a few nerves. Currently, Bengaluru is rather quiet. I'm not saying
Hmm.
the traffic is very quiet, but it's still reasonably quiet. Maybe because of the prohibitory orders, but still,
Hmm.
I would like to see what exactly happens if Royal Challengers Bangalore go on to win. Whether you will see
Hmm.
crackers outside, especially near the
Hmm.
Chinnaswamy Stadium. If you go near the Majestic, if you go towards that side, I think you will see a lot more noise. So
Hmm.
based on that, one can tell whether there would be a lot of celebrations today. Last time around, obviously, I went towards the Chinnaswamy near that side. While I was returning, there were a lot of celebrations, but there are prohibitory orders this time around, so that is why
Yes.
it makes it a little more interesting. Actually, last time around, a couple of big tents also were put. I guess it was like almost like, what can I say? Not exactly parks, but it
Hmm.
seemed like that way temporary parks for people to just come and see around here only, not much far away from Banshankari. But this time around,
Hmm.
I'm not hearing anything of that sort. The mood is a little bit somber. I can understand after what exactly happened
Yeah.
on June 3rd last year. So last time around, there were a lot of things I heard about, even at restaurants, small restaurants, even at small cafes. There were a lot of things done so that the people can celebrate. But I'm not hearing anything of that sort this time around. So I think it would be little less, but still I would be interested to see what exactly will happen if Royal Challengers Bangalore go on to win for the second time around. Then I'm pretty sure at least there will be some kind of celebrations while returning home. So let us see. Let us keep our fingers crossed. Though I can understand from police's point of view as to why they are thinking on those lines, especially after what exactly happened last year in June.
Of course, Karnataka Police, Bengaluru Police has given a clear directive for all the locals to not, celebrate uh, any kind of victory or defeat in any kind of celebratory fashion on the streets. Be very careful. Whoever is watching us from Bengaluru, be very careful around how you celebrate. Celebrate with your friends. Make it a small gathering. Yes, okay, but don't go out very flashy manner and try to disrupt the law and order in the city. So be very careful and be mindful about what happened last year also after RCB lifted the trophy. Vaibhav has flown all the way from Nagpur to Bengaluru just to witness what the mood is in the city. Vaibhav, have you seen anything special from airport to the city? It's a long drive. Have you witnessed anything special so far?
See, I remember the last time I came to Bengaluru, and whenever I used to go to any South Indian places, any restaurants or cafes, at least I used to spot one or two RCB t-shirts. But now I just, 1 hour back or half an hour back, I had lunch. I couldn't find any single RCB shirt, t-shirt. Even while I was traveling from the airport towards the hotel, then
Hmm.
also hardly one or two t-shirts, and it's very unlikely RCB because I have been this city before as well, and even on non-cricketing, non-match days, there used to be a lot of RCB supporters roaming here and there in RCB t-shirts,
Hmm.
but it has been relatively quiet this time around, and only one group I spotted at the airport, and they were flying. They fled from all the way from Kerala just to be here. Just to be, they said that we have done some reservations in some of the cafes, renowned cafes. So we'll be watching just to be there as an RCB supporter. We wanted to be here also because if they are also expecting that when, if and when the team will win, they will be coming here. So they want to see their players, their heroes live in front of them with the trophy in hand. So that's why they traveled. That is the only group that I spotted who looked really enthusiastic about the game. Apart from that, not much of the buzz, as Bharat also noted, not much of the buzz while coming in the city. Also, I didn't find anything. Obviously, posters on the buses, hoardings, everything is there, but not a lot of buzz. Not a lot of people are talking about this. Yes, the group was also disappointed. I talked to one of the localites in the cafe while I was having my lunch. So that person was obviously disappointed that the final is not being played at the Chinnaswamy, but he can understand the reasons why is it not happening, and he said it is good for us just because we won our first title at that venue only. So it is sweet and
Hmm.
sour both that at that venue we won the first title, and we definitely are going to win the our second title at the same venue. So it's not going to be a problem. So obviously one or two fans are talking about it, one or two odd fans, I must say, but not a lot of buzz, and it's looking like very unlikely Bengaluru at the moment. Bengaluru is always about buzz, about at least about RCB, if not about cricket as a whole. But this time it's been very indifferent.
Just at a point, just a
Nice.
line on it.
Yes.
Just for fun. You talked about buses. I think that's the one point we will definitely see, even if it is not an IPL season. Behind those buses, you would see a lot of posters of Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Rajat Patidar, and Virat Kohli. Behind every single bus, I think you would see these posters. I think he must have seen that quite a few of them. You must have seen it.
Nice, nice. Keeping the talk about RCB and GT alive. Shamikda, I'm pretty sure all the RCB fans, all the RCB jerseys have flown to Ahmedabad right now and are waiting for the match to start. But if we talk about GT, RCB, Narendra Modi Stadium, it has been a happy hunting ground for both the teams. RCB, of course, they will have good memories of lifting the trophy there last season. GT, for GT, it has been the Ahmedabad Stadium is one of the most happy hunting grounds for them. They have really made turned it into a fortress. Any update around the pitch? Will the heat affect the nature of the pitch? We can say so far we have seen not very spicy, but decent tracks which assist the pacers at the Narendra Modi Stadium. Any update regarding that? The pitch and the playing conditions.
Shubhan, first of all, this is the pitch number six. This is pitch number six
Okay.
once again.
Pitch
And
number six
you,
means the same pitch, 23 ODI World Cup
yeah,
final.
yeah, we have that memory, 23 World Cup final. So this is the same pitch. I was talking to, and I filed a copy also. I was talking to a Gujarat Cricket Association senior official, and he said it would be a sporting pitch. Run scoring will not be a problem, but at the same time, Pacers will have something up front. At least Bhubaneswar Kumar, Kagiso Rabada, that's
Hmm.
two standout performance along with Mohammad Siraj. So
Hmm.
basically, but if you look at this season, um,
Hmm.
when on when RCB came here for their group league fixture, and that was I think April 30. They were folded. They were folded up for 155, and GT won that game with 25 balls to spare. So I think Obviously, this IPL playoffs are BCCI's game. It is not about there is no home team or away team. But once again, this is Gujarat Titans' home venue, and this season they have won 5 of their 7 matches here. Shubman Gill's average across T20s. It's not only about IPL here; it's 54. So from that point of view, I think Gujarat Titan knows that if it is a belter, then it would be like playing to RCB's hands. You cannot give RCB a belter because if you look at the big hitters they have in their ranks, down till Team David, it would be like committing harakiri from Gujarat
But will
Titans' point of
RCB
view.
have, but will Gujarat Titans have any say on the pitch of the final?
No, I mean, officially, obviously not. Officially, obviously not. But the fact of the matter is that as this pitch is a mixed soil one, and you know that pitch number 6, and this was, I still think 2023 World Cup final, the way the pitch was 2 days before the game, if the Indian team management wouldn't have become too fuzzy about the pitch, India still would have won. They became a little too fuzzy about the pitch after saying that grass. But that is water under the bridge. But it's a mixed soil wicket, so it can be a little bit tricky. It can be a little bit tricky. It might not be that kind of 240, 230, 240, the type of pitches we have seen at Wankhede Stadium, for example, this season. It might not be that. So it might be you have to have your the batsmen might have to go deep into their skill set to score runs. They still can go score runs, and they have enough talent. Both teams have enough talent, but um, the game could be exciting. The game. Someone was telling me there could be rain after 7 o'clock, but I went through the weather report, and there is nothing. There is nothing. Hopefully, there would be nothing. But tomorrow could be wetter.
Hmm. Shamita, any changes are you expecting from both the teams? Gujarat Titans, their flight schedule was affected due to adverse weather condition in Dharamshala. They reached up pretty late in Ahmedabad. Any update on Phil Salt? Whether RCB are looking to bring him back into the 11 and change any formation regarding the playing 11 or 12 of both the teams?
I don't think so, Shubhan. I asked this question to Rajat yesterday at the press conference, and direct question to Phil Salt whether he is available, and if he is available, will you tweak your opening combination? The way he kept his cards close, he said he is now with the team. The team doctors have been assessing, and finally the team management will take a call. The day before, for the last 2 days, uh, Phil Salt turned up. Yesterday was an optional session. The day before was a full practice session. Even that during the full practice session, Phil Salt was at the ground, but he didn't train. Yesterday also it was same. And although he was one of the players to be present for that optional session, so I think it's unlikely that Phil Salt once again he is a big game player. But I think it's unlikely the way Venkatesh Iyer and Virat Kohli have gelled.
Yeah.
I don't think they are going to tweak that opening combination. As far as Gujarat Titans are concerned, I don't know because because I was busy covering this practice session. Did Sai Kishore play in the last game, right?
But he did not
Sai,
bowl.
Yeah, yeah.
but he did not bowl. Yes, Sai Kishore played in the. But I think if given the nature of the pitch, if it is a mixed soil pitch, I think they might add an extra spinner to their ranks. Um, it might not be Rashid Khan alone.
It might not be Rashid Khan alone. Bharat, are you expecting any changes from the setup? Your view of on Shubman Gill not giving the ball to our Sai Kishore in the last game, expecting a change there in place of Sai Kishore, maybe a pacer once again, considering GT have somehow found a way to make their pacers do the talking at the Narendra Modi Stadium. Are you expecting any change from both the teams?
See, what I've noted at that stadium, obviously, I'm talking here from Bengaluru. What I've noted at that stadium is they generally leave grass cover. They generally leave grass cover, be it black soil wicket, be it mixed soil wickets. In the previous games, it seemed as if to me they have left about at least 4 mm grass, 4 mm
Mm.
grass, with the blade of the grass standing quite straight. What I've noted in the pre-match presser yesterday. Rajat Patidar saying that they will trim the grass out here, so maybe they won't leave 4 to 6 mm grass today. I think that has really helped the pace bowlers more than anything else because then they will get a little more bounce, little more nip of the wickets, and they
Mm,
have enough tall fast bowlers. And especially in that game against Sunrisers Hyderabad, it seemed as if all four tall pace bowlers can get 3 4 wickets and run through them. So I think that might go against them today.
mm,
Looking at the Rajat Patidar's pre-match presser, where he has said that they might trim a little more of the grass. As far as Sai Kishore is concerned, it might be because she was. I think there was a left-hander out there. You know who was that particular left-hander batting out there? It was Vaibhav Suryavanshi. So that could be the reason why he kind of delayed. By then it was a 16th over or whatever. And in the slog overs, it's very difficult to get your spinner in. I can understand Sai Kishore has done that. Sai Kishore has done that in domestic cricket. He's done that in the world of IPL as well, bowling from round the wicket, sometimes bowling from over the wicket to right-handers, trying to fire it in. They might have still used him in the last over, but that could be one of the reasons because actually, to their credit, all their four fast bowlers tucked up Vaibhav Suryavanshi quite well, angling it away from over the wicket, sometimes from round the wicket. It should have been dismissed as well. Sai Sudarshan dropped
mm,
that catch of Prasidh when he was on 47 or whatever. So credit to GT's bowlers there. They kept Vaibhav Suryavanshi quiet for a long period of time. Only when Jason Holder, I think Kagiso Rabada hit him on the helmet. It woke up that
mm.
prince. Woke
I
up the
think it was
prince of
Siraj.
Rajasthan.
It was Siraj who hit him on the helmet.
Yeah, yeah. I think Rabada it was. I think Siraj just struck him from what I
Okay.
remember. Maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, coming
Mm,
back to this, so I don't really expect any changes. Maybe if it turns out to be a slightly slow wicket, if they believe that way, if there is not much grass, they might look at an extra spinner. But at Narendra Modi Stadium, they've generally looked at going with four pace bowlers, sometimes with five as well when Ashok Sharma was playing. So I feel that they will go with the same template because there is a thinking. I'm not saying the school of thought is right, but there's a
mm.
school of thought that RCB's players, barring Virat Kohli, don't exactly play well against a slew of tall fast bowlers, especially if there is any help in the surface. So I have feeling they will stick to that same template of going with four fast bowlers. But yes, if there's very little grass, if they feel that the pitch is maybe it's on the slower side, they might go in with yes, Rai Kishore.
Vaibhav, this match is being tipped as King versus Prince, of course, for Kohli and Shubman. But how do you see it? Do you see it as a matchup between RCB's Pacers versus GT's top order, or will it be about GT's bowling attack, who have been excellent in the tournament against a very loaded RCB's batting unit?
I think it will be the opening the top order of GT versus the RCB bowling because a
Hmm.
lot of a few fans that I talked to, they were saying that it's just RCB are just 3 wickets away, so they also understand where the problem lies with GT. It's their middle order, so they said that RCB is only 3 wickets away from taking the trophy. That's what they were saying. So it is. See, that weakness is not something that that arose that came up in this season. It has been a problem since last season, and there is a stat as well that the GT middle order since last season has contributed less than 30% of the run. So if our GT top order doesn't fire or they get out early in the power play, then it will be a big problem for Gujarat Titans how they fight back, because then they have a army of all rounders, whether it's a Washington Sundar, whether it's a Rashid Khan, Jason Holder. So there are a lot of all-rounders in their middle order. Then even Rahul Tewati as an all-rounder, he doesn't bowl his leg spins a lot, but he's also an all-rounder. So I
I was
think the
thinking
problem
when
lies
will
here.
our Vaibhav pick up Rahul Tewati's name because he's his favorite cricketer. Always takes up his name. I
No,
was
no.
just waiting.
See, he's a very gritty
He
cricketer.
just
The
was just
problem
for
with
fun.
GT is he hasn't been used a lot. He hasn't been given a lot of opportunities. Washington Sundar is being promoted. A lot of batters are being promoted ahead of him, despite him being one of your most experienced players. So again, GT have made a lot of blunder calls. I remember in at Eden Gardens when you were chasing a 220 plus total, then Josh Butler being demoted to number 4, and then in one, like they have been doing these kind of blood. Then Kulwan Khejrolia playing that qualifier one last game against RCB. Then also that shocked Shamik as well. He was also there in the pre-match live, and we were discussing that what was the reason of bringing a Kulwan Khejrolia who was just playing his first game. So I think GT have made some blunders. They have been brilliant. They have been very good with their tactics, but on occasion they have made blunders. And if they do it in this game, RCB will not give them one single opportunity, and they have to be good with the field as well. Against KKR, they dropped 4 catches in qualifier. One they dropped catches. So fielding again has been a concern, but it will come down to that battle between GT top order and RCB bowling, and more so Shubman Gill versus Bhuvneshwar Kumar will be a very big matchup.
Yeah.
Obviously, Shubman is coming off a big 100, but you know, Bhuvneshwar Kumar has got his numbers. Bhuvneshwar Kumar has already dismissed him twice in this season, and Bhuvneshwar Kumar has been in the best form. So I think that battle will decide a lot. Sai Sudarshan obviously has scored 100 against RCB in Bengaluru. Twice he has been dismissed hit to wicket, but I don't think that will happen today. If it happens, then he will have to do something before he plays Test cricket for India. Otherwise, that will not be taken in a good way by the team India fans. So I think it's more down to the GT batters. If GT batters fires, then GT will be in a position to at least compete with RCB, because look at the team balance and then you will see that RCB are head and shoulders ahead of GT. So I think it comes down to that battle, power play battle between GT top order and RCB bowlers.
Just adding a
Right,
point
right.
that Bhuvneshwar we
Yes,
talked
yes,
about.
yes, man.
Bhuvneshwar, he's also added that wobble seam. So it will be interesting to see how much of wobble seam he uses today against Shubman Gill. I think that could trouble someone like Shubman Gill, especially there's a little bit of grass on the surface.
Shamikda, before we wrap this show, how big a final is it for both Virat and Shubman? Of course, King versus Prince debate is on social media right now, but Shubman has ticked all the boxes in terms of runs, strike rate, captaincy. There's of course a debate going around whether he can make a comeback into the T20I scheme of things, and the in the other hand you have Virat Kohli, who is looking to seal his legacy, just not someone who has picked up one trophy but multiple IPL trophies after 18, 19, 20 years for RCB.
Shubhan, I think it's not that big for Virat Kohli because Virat Kohli has gone past that stage. Until last season, it was about that IPL trophy drought, and now that monkey is off his back. I think now he is just the senior statesman of the team, and he is Indian cricket's still biggest crowd puller. For Shubman, it is important because he is on 722 from 15 innings, I guess. So he has a definite chance to end up as the highest run getter in the tournament. And if he wins that, if he does that, and if he goes on to win the IPL title also, then going ahead, and you will see going ahead, several different teams playing different series. Asian Games is coming up. During that time, there would be a West Indies series, and given that now Test cricket and T20 50 over World Cup next year is the priority. So there might be rotation as far as T20 cricket is concerned. So although in that I was little surprised that Shubman was not named in that list of 30 member probables for the Asian Games. Surya is
You have
also
the
not
West
there.
Indies. You have the West Indies series also, so
Exactly, but
he'll be
yeah, but
leading the
they
ODI
named
side.
Bumrah. So I got that. We have the West Indies series, and that was the thing I was discussing with someone at the place of a senior journalist. But the thing is that they named Bumrah, but they didn't name, because at the end of the day it will be trimmed to 15, and it is very likely the likes of Vaibhav Suryavanshi and others. Uh, I mean, the next batch will go, but I was a bit surprised that Shubman, but that doesn't mean Shubman is completely out of the India's T20 scheme of things. Yes, he has. I mean, it's a long road back, because if you look at it, and Abhishek Sharma are there, and then there is Vaibhav Suryavanshi, Ishan Kishan. So he drops down in the pecking order. But once again, you cannot ignore the hard numbers. At the end of the day, you have to value the hard numbers. Although selectors didn't do that in case of Test selection by ignoring Akib Nabi's 60 wickets in a Ranji season. Maybe they have
Right.
their reasons, but I mean, on the face of it, they just ignored the hard numbers. But if you keep knocking on the door, sometimes, and there could be injuries, and you never know.
Mm.
2 months before the T20 World Cup, nobody thought even that Ishan Kishan would be in the squad, and
Yeah,
Shubman
very
Gill
true.
was the vice captain. So this is how things change in sport. So, but Shubman doing it. But if you go back to Shubman's 100 last game, you have seen, I mean, sort of Vaibhav Suryavanshi and others, the marauders. But that aesthetics he brought into that, only Shubman Gill can do that. It is, you are right, king and prince. I would say a different thing. The master, Virat Kohli, the master, and his heir apparent.
That's, I think that sums up this battle completely. We'll be back at around 6:30 with Bharat and Vaibhav joining from Bengaluru. Shamikda, of course, will join from Ahmedabad. More vibrant Narendra Modi Stadium, and a capacity crowd is expected tonight to witness this clash of giants at the Narendra Modi Stadium. So we'll be back at around 6:30. So stay tuned, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And thank you so much for joining for now.